So here's kind of an interesting machine. It's a Panasonic bagless. I think these were made more towards the end of Panasonic's lifespan. Panasonic was, I believe, sold mostly through dealerships. Back in the, oh, well, Panasonic's been around a while. I know they were active in the 80s, 90s, and they stopped making vacuums around, I want to say like the mid 2010s. They were probably most well known for being the major manufacturer behind most of Kenmore's vacuums. Things starting with the prefix of 116 were made by Panasonic. And they also had some other things that were made by Gold Star, which was LG, and a few other companies made some of their stuff. But I thought this would be kind of a neat one to take a look at, because why not? Panasonic was a pretty good brand. And it's not built like your typical Panasonic, because a cord change on like one of the bagged Panasonics, you would remove the panel up here with about 4 screws, but to access where the cord is hooked up on this one, you have to pull the machine apart, because you have to take this front cover off, and then you have to pull this off, because this entire back piece goes down to just above the motor assembly area, and then you'll have access to take this, like this upper part apart. It's just, I don't know, it's like, they had such simple machines for the most part, and they were pretty good machines, but this one, it's just so overcomplicated, and I'm kind of disappointed by it, because I had a fairly high opinion of them. And I wasn't sure if this one would have the aeroblast to it or not. I guess I didn't look too closely at here, because they had a self-cleaning filter that would launch like a stream of air. It had like a little arm up here that would go around and shoot air off a filter, but this, of course, doesn't have the filter up here. And we have a standard Kenmore EF2 filter down here. Now, I will say I did like this Cyclone. It comes apart completely. So you can take the cap off, you can take the cyclones out, everything's removable. No tools to take it apart, so that part was very nice. But it's like they could have done better with this. They really could have. Like, it's clear to me that this unit wasn't designed, this body wasn't molded just to be this one machine. Because when I looked at the air path here, you could see that there was a separate pathway going down here. And this was probably where a valve would be. So, they probably had an even higher trim model that would have had, a more direct path to the floor. Because this, everything runs through the hose. And then we have a wand that's built into here. One of the nice things about it too is this wand is adjustable, so you actually have an adjustable handle on your machine here. And to help keep this hose from getting too strained or bent, it has like this built-in strain relief here, which is kind of neat. And there's the cat. But oh, and of course this is a dual motor machine, so we have a brush roll control. This is just it just corresponds to a little switch right below there. Shuts the brush off in its upright mode. It's not terrible for a bagless machine, but it's just after having so many bagged ones, I just wasn't too impressed with this. Oh, excuse me. And I think because, I don't want to take the hose off here to get base measurements, so it's not really meant to come off. So we'll start with power measurements, and then we'll take the flow and suction measurements from the hose, the bottom of the wand, and then from the base of the unit. Oh yeah, and this has the dirt sensor in it. It's just a little optical sensor that was in the air path. We'll turn this on, brush rolls off. brush roll. Anyways, we'll start off with the hose here. Not particularly great way to do that, but the pickup test went better than expected on it. I mean, you know, it's not a horrible machine. It's just like, you know, I keep comparing it to the Panasonics that I'm used to, and it's like when I compare it to that, it's like then it's not so great. But, you know, you could do worse. Of course, you know, with these not being in with Panasonic no longer manufacturing vacuum parts, and oops. Yeah, remember how I mentioned that the bin was, like, removable? Yeah, it's, definitely removable. Because this just twists into place. And then, of course, we do have, like, a trapdoor type, lever on the bottom here. Oh well, you know, so nothing broken, but yeah, just kind of a so-so machine, I think.